We will let the words finish, and then we'll get into some Phas. We're gonna try some more one evidence runs. Wait, fail? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Alright, now... Have it, Mayor. Oop, and we can unlock our hat. So we do have drops on. If all you have to do is watch anyone playing Phas for 2 hours, and you get this in-game hat. Let's go ahead and put ours on, because we can. That's really funny, I just had a thing pop up. Mayor is a word? It is indeed a word. It is, a lady horse. There we go. Now we've got our kinetic hat on. We are not prestiging yet. Like I said, we want to try some more one evidence runs. Alright, it is set to 1 Evie. Horsey. Yep. Where do we want to start? You know what? Let's start with a Tanglewood. Let's start with a Tanglewood. Alright, who are we looking for? We are looking for Donna Johnson. So all ghosties are options. We need 2 sounds. We need a photo of Donna. An adult female horsey. Yes, it is. And we also need a video of Donna. Since we're still new-ish to running one evidence, we're going to try and not be as slow about it as we were last time. But we are mostly going to focus on figuring out our ghost. And if we get the other stuff, we get the other stuff. You had twins. Twins have been being kind of funky for a lot of people lately. And just want an EMF photo, more media, more monies. I can totally get behind that. Right, oh, bone. Right, no Jerry and no Ghosty. I heard it making some noise somewhere, but I don't see anything out of place. But I'm pretty sure that's our room. Should I get crazy and go with a sound recorder for more media? I mean, you could. Sometimes sound recorder is like the easiest thing to get media on, and sometimes it isn't. Okay, do we blah 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 have a music box? Nope. Ghost, are you following me around? Oh, we have tarot. This is the coldest room. And you're feeling risky for the bisky? Then I say do it. Painter twins. Alright, what do we need? What are we looking for? What do we need to grab? We definitely need a video camera. And we definitely need an EMF. Okay. And let's grab the other crucie also. We'll put it in the hallway. Look for orbicals. I don't see any. I'm stuck on the door. And I did have record on the whole time, so that way if the camera saw them and I didn't, you know, we would know. I'll grab these and bring them in. So we are on 1 evidence, but it is the same as our normal 2. So locked ghost room, 0 grace, all that good stuff. We'll just drop that there. And we did okay with 1 evidence last time. We didn't do great, but we did okay. So we're just going to keep trying it. Tomorrow, when we most likely play games with kayaks, we will probably go back up to 2 evidence. In fact, we'll go back up to 2 evidence. Okay, not freezing yet. I don't see any fingy wingies. Drop those so that we can collect some media. We do need a photo of the ghost and a video of the ghost. The ghost isn't giving us much, so I'm not positive we're gonna get those. Not really positive we're gonna worry about it, might be a more accurate statement. What was our other objective? Because I've totally forgotten. Sound recorder. Okay, so we definitely need the sound recorder. We at least want to get that objective. Oh, ghost turned off the lights. I don't see any UV, but it also could have been long enough that there just isn't any UV. Like that the UV has already faded out. Ghosty did kind of follow us a little bit, so I am concerned that it could be a stalker ghost. However, until we have our evidence and more information. I don't want to, like, go, yes, it's for sure, you know. I'll take that. We can also get a photo. Okay, what all did we get? We got a whole bunch of media kind of all at once. Salt, door moved, and an interaction. Okay, so we know it's not a wraith. Holy cow, it evented on me, recorded, then it blew me. 2 sounds. Bye! Oh, and there we go. We got our UV. Oh, we needed a photo of the ghost, though. Huh. Well, we're not going to worry about it. Okay, so we have UV. And it is not a Galu. It has gone through 2. Cannot be a Goryo. Cannot be a Hantu. Goryo is forced dots. Hantu is forced freezing. We could have an Obake. We could also have a Polti, but it hasn't been real throwing. Not that that always means anything, because it doesn't always. But we'll keep looking for stuff and find out. It triggered this motion sensor out here. What are you doing wandering out here, huh? Okay. Obake, Bombo, Phantom. We haven't seen orbs. We will check again for orbs. Went back in for the smudge I yeeted. Now I depart. Yeah, get out of there. Live to fight another day. I mean, I know I'm funny, but I wasn't being funny right at that moment, Ghost. Needed to do all objectives. Rude. Yeah, ghosts are rude. Alright, that's the objective portion of the sounds done. Right. So Twitch is a hater on you, of course? What's Twitch hating on you about now? Right, we're gonna watch the camera for a second, see if we get any orbs. That would be the motion sensor that it's going on about, I'm pretty sure. Alright. I explained. So my girl messaged me that I had unfollowed her, which I did not. She then told me another streamer told her I had unfollowed him. Then my other homie girl who I mod on Discord for told me she couldn't view my stream. Never banned or blocked her? Wow. I mean, everything occasionally everything. I've had other social media stuff like, you know, Facebook and whatnot occasionally randomly unfollow people for me. And I guess Twitch, you know, Twitch has been known to do that occasionally too, which, yeah, I agree, is super annoying. But see, Twitch is a hater. Yeah. I don't know that, well, but not being able to view your stream, that is kind of weird. And girl Danny told me she had unfollowed people that she never did. I was one of those people. It is weird when it does that. I agree. Okay. Yay, hopefully 2 people, and I was one of the 2 people. Okay, I already read that one. I can't get in the tub. This is as good as we get. She even sent me a screen grab of her not being able to view my stream. That is weird. I agree, that is weird. Come on, Ghosty, touch a door. Tell us that you are an obake. I guess we'll make a pile. Just in case we get Owl's favorite ghost. Can I grab the soap? I can. Now this is the little thing it threw earlier. I could not for the life of me figure out what it threw. The Haunted Herald. With a thing about the diner. What else do we have? We've got Febreze. Okay, it is just wandering back and forth in here. Let's grab another motion sensor and see. Oh, okay. Banshee Demon, Jin, Cormo, Smiling. We're going to drop that for a second so that I can grab both of these. So that we can Banshee test. So someone had asked me, how do you make the ghost event? They had the little Ouija board. I told them you can tell the board hide and seek, but the catch is that it starts a hunt. But according to Phasmo, that's an event. Huh. I never thought about it. I never thought about that being considered an event by Phas. Right, so the downside to Banshee testing is, A, the Banshee may not come over here anyway. Kind of fucked, right? Yeah. If hide and seek triggers a hunt, then that ought to be considered a hunt. I guess it could be considered an event and a hunt? Maybe that's a thing? I don't know. Okay, it's touching stuff. Okay, well there's a fingy, but it is not necessarily an obake fingy. It's just a fingy. Oh, I never even noticed that they had like a funky shower. Alright. Let's try this again. Ghosty ghosty! Is you a banshee? I learned a Revi test. They detect you without seeing you? Huh. Open mic warning? Yeah. Well, most ghosts detect electronics and stuff. Speaking of open mic, which I shouldn't be on. Nope. But I am often on Mondays when we play games with kayaks, so I'll have to remember that if we think it's a rev. But most of them can detect you to a degree if you're open mic, like if there's noise. Is it just got like a farther range than most? You know, kind of like yokais are close range. Oh, my weather app just popped up with predicting rain in my notifications. Let's see if it actually rains. It would be nice. We could use it. Alright, so this ghost is not wandering over to me. Like, at all. Okay, Ridgeview, you can hide in closets. You can hide in a closet. So if you have a Revy and you talk in the closet you're hiding in, it can detect you and clap you. Okay. I will have to remember that. We've got Granny! Hi, Granny! Thanks for giving me the event sound. Alright, what's our sanity look like? Our sanity is still really high. I don't do open mic ever. I only do it on Mondays so that, you know, Hax doesn't think I'm ignoring him. You got farted on. Alright, so I think we are gonna go ahead and go for a photo. I am certain that I did not get a photo just then. Nope, that was junk. Thanks, Granny. Okay, you came over here and played with that. Oh, power is in here. That's good to know. Alright, so we have our ghosty photo. You think you have a wraith and translucent ghost. Touch your no-no square. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that we can see Granny in there. It is really hard to be sure, but I think we can see Granny, so I'm gonna go with no phantom. She also didn't disappear after we took the photo. She's now suddenly being more active, which kind of leans towards the idea of maybe a bombo. But we're still not... I mean, I'm not sure. Do we want to try for a video? We could try for a video. Salt is $10, but fire is $5. Well, I guess everybody can do fire, huh? We'll get rid of that one. I'm just gonna grab another video camera. Who cares? Just doing a lot of eventing in the living room. And some playing stuff like over here, maybe even? Okay, well, we weren't worried that it was an Oni anyway. There's our Obake fingies! We've got an Obake. Those are Obake fingies. Fingy, fingy, fingies. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingies and a thumb. Which is also a fingy, don't... So we've got an Obake! Woohoo! Alright, now all we need is a video of the lovely granny, and we can get out of here. All the lights are on in here. We shouldn't be losing sanity, but I feel like I did it from the confirmed Meemaw Wraith, did it from the comfort of my safety truck. I love it when you can, like, get your confirmation evidence from the truck. Like, easily, too, not, like... Six fingy, stop! Yep. The Obake gave us its fingies. The Wraith is also not stalking me, strange. I've had a lot of not stalky Wraiths lately. I admittedly haven't had Banshees very often, but when I have, I've had ones that haven't stalked me at all either. Which makes it a little difficult when you're trying to do, like, tests and stuff. Hey, Owl, how did your Phas games go? Alright, while I'm standing here, might as well make sure I for sure have Obake circled, because I did not. Good, we're still going, but my brother is on the toilet. Well, yeah, then it's a good time to take a pause. You just had a Yurei? We have an Obake. We got the 6 fingies and everything. I thought it was a Yurei, but my brother didn't. The Yurei door touches, or door moves, have been weird lately. I agree. So we got the wrong one. I got the video of the Meemaw Wraith. Yay! Yay! I just need Paramike and I can peace out. Nice, Rowdy. Paramike is either a really easy objective or it's a big pain in the butt objective. There seems to be very little in between. I am literally just waiting for our Obake granny named Donna to give me a video. Yurei door touchies is a known bug. Yeah, it is. They were supposedly fixed, and I don't think that they really are. Or they're like mostly fixed, but not really. Yeah, but it was closing doors. That's generally a better indicator than every door close. Yeah, if it was closing them all the way, especially if you had them angled and stuff. Sometimes the Yureis still do the doors correctly. Alright, Granny. Come on. Most of her events have been out here. Come on, Granny. I know, I raised my sanity. Is that why you're not gonna give me anything now? Yeah, it was closing every door downstairs and the one up the stairs. That's a pretty good indicator. You got all of your objectives done. Nice. Yeah, it does do more with the lights out, but I don't want to lose my sanity. I just need a ghosty video. There, maybe she'll give me a ghosty video now that I've turned off the lights in there. Oh, now you're gonna give me a regular fingerprint? Die! And then slam the door. Tell me how you really feel, Granny. That's not what I wanted. No, we just have a smudgy print. Then put the lights out except the room you're in? Yeah. Tier 3 EMF, don't threaten me with a good time. Level 46. Yeah, the door slam that you saw was a Yurei door slam. Nice. Righty's back. Well, enjoy your games. Enjoy your games, Owl. No! Boo. Boo hiss boo. That was my last video, and it was a door move, which is a duplicate. So there goes our attempt at a perfect, but we have it right. We got all the media. We got all the thingies. That is enough for tier 2 headgear, but I want more money before I upgrade. Although I have dropped my money to 250 and just grinded out monies. I'm not that stupid right now. Or am I? I don't know, Rowdy. Sometimes you gotta just go all in. The downside is when you've got no monies and then the ghost eats your face. That's always the problem. Thank you so much for the posture check, Absolute Mayhem. Thank you so much. And thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And welcome on in. Feel free to lurk or chat or whatever you want. If you're just here to collect your drops, you know, that's fine too. $687. Rowdy, you are a rich bitch. You're gonna do the weekly so you don't care? That's fair. Alright, we make sure I have it circled. We have an Obake. We saw Obake fingies.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Hello, just scrolling and chilling. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. I'm doing well, Mayhem. How are you? How has your weekend been? And yes, we are on Phas now, Barry. Oh, and I love the dancing penguin. That's great. Ready? You got the Tier 3 EMF Spirit Box UV, but the EMF comes first. It does. You're relieved you have your favorite item? Yeah, Tier 3 EMF is definitely one of the better ones. Oh, we got a daily. Cool. Alright, we are gonna get the next game started. Should you do Tanglewood? I'm feeling risky for the biscuit. You could totally do Tanglewood. I'm okay. Been in bed after having seizures. Oh, I'm sorry you're having seizures, Mayhem, but at least I'm glad you're doing okay now. Yeah, and get some rest. Get some rest. I want to see... We have 37 on Sunny still. We've got a whole bunch on Willow still. Let's do a Willow. Watching here is my rest. I am glad that I'm providing some entertainment while you're resting. Yeah, I can't just like... I mean, I can fall asleep almost anywhere, but if I'm not tired or wanting to, or sleepy or something, I can't just sit somewhere and like stare at the walls either. You gotta have something going on in the background. Alright, we've got Ava Buckley, which means all of our ghosties are possible. We need a video of the ghost. We need to cleanse wherever Ava is hanging out with incense. And then we need to get a photo. Videos and photos have followed us around so far. And this is only game number 2, but they followed us around so far. You always need noise when you sleep. I don't need noise to sleep, but I either need to have noise or like... I need to read or something for a good 10 minutes. Something to like just relax my brain and turn it off before I can fall asleep. For sure. You've got snow, Rowdy. Better not be a stinky Hantu. I don't get Hantus very often. I actually don't know what my most common ghost is these days. It probably... Most deaths it still says to a demon. This is still totally broken because I've definitely not had most of my deaths to a demon, and we don't play Sunny Meadows the most. My most common ghost is apparently currently a Myling. Alright. Ghosty, ghosty. Where are you? Oh, we've got Summoning Circle. That will be handy for our videos and photos. Oh, and Ghosty is in here. We do not have that hiding spot. However, I have found that even when it's not an official hiding spot, it's an okay hiding spot in general. You're summoning me? I'm always summoning you, Rowdy. That's what that little ping is that happens on Twitch and, you know, in Discord and stuff when I go live. It's just to summon you. You know, unless you're my ghost in Willow, and then, yes, I'm going to use the summoning circle also to summon you. Alright, we found the bone. We have hiding in the art room. Which I have honestly only had that hiding, I think, once. And I've never used it, so I guess we'll find out if we end up needing to use it. Okay, I need you. We'll bring in the other crucie. That room is big enough. We're gonna want... I probably have both crucies in my hands now because I think I forgot to put one down. Like a dumbass. Oh, this does... It does cover the whole room. But 2 is still better. Alright. Let's go around looking for orbs. Looking for orbs. Looking for orbs. And especially with the rooms are bright, like this one kind of is, I can sort of see, but I struggle to find orbs or see orbs in pretty much any room with the lights on. So I usually keep the record button down. The video camera will see the orbs before me. Right, so far I'm pretty sure that we do not have orbs. We'll double check again. For some reason, I thought it turned out the light. We're just losing it, guys. We're just losing it. No ghosty balls, so you don't have a Hantu. Orbs are sneaky these days, Barry. They really are. I tend to check at least twice, and for the most part, I rely on the video camera to tell me that there's orbs, because I can't see them. That's gonna have gone too far. There we go. I do love this glitch. Dots, no dots, dots, no dots, dots. Alright, they're quite dinky for a couple of months now. Yeah, always double check from the safety of the truck. Yeah, that's what we're about to do, is check a second time. And we'll probably check a third time. I had a mimic the other night that... like, I was certain I knew exactly what the ghost was. I had figured it all out. Well, no, I think I guessed. But I was like, it's not a mimic, for sure. And it was a mimic. And we checked, we walked around the room like twice, everything for orbs. It was a pain. And the only thing that we could figure out was, yeah, they were like in the wall or something. You need to drop your camera. You keep giving yourself less pockets. Yeah. What I wish is that the flashlight wouldn't count, because it's in your other hand. And so having that open spot always throws me off. I mean, granted, once I have headgear, I don't really use flashlights very often, but still. Alright, I'm not seeing orbs. The camera hasn't recorded any. So we'll grab these things and throw them in there. Throw the salt down for our media. Because even if we don't have UV as our evidence, we can at least get a video of the salt moving. Okay, I know we have the video and the photo of the ghost as an objective. What's the other one? Cleanse. Okay. I was pretty sure it wasn't 2 sounds, but I couldn't remember. Oh, well, that doesn't do me any good. Want you facing that way. Thank you! And we need a couple of you. I've got one of everything in there, right? Yes. So now I just need to find my evidence and figure out what we've got. We'll try Spirit Box. Where are you? Where are you? Are you near? Are you close? Are you far? Are you old? Are you young? Do you like cheese? Do you like pizza? Where are you? Nope. We will... Oh, we got ghostwriting. There's our evidence. Seemed to take forever to give us ghostwriting. Ghostwriting. We were in the room, so unless it's being a weird shade, it's not a shade. Dios are forced spirit box. Morroys are forced spirit box as well. Nothing else has forced evidence, right? Ooh, we could finally have a Daledagast. Phas with the toll. You're going to have a better chance of getting them, and I've had one once during the weekly. Like 2 weeks ago or whatever. The one that was on Cap Windwind. Alright, we've got our salt. Thanks for giving me a video. I'll take that, and I'll take the motion sensor. Okay, so we need one more photo. We got our shadow ghost video. The other photo is going to be... Boop, 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 boo. The thing and the stuff and the things. Of the ghost. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. I had one destroy me yesterday on Edgefield. Yeah, I haven't gotten any Dales. I'm pissed about it. Like, I don't need tons of them or anything. I just want one. I just want one to play with. That's all. Oni baloney time. You need Paramic again? That is the frustrating one, especially like if you get it over and over again, and if you've got a ghost that just does not really like to play with the paramike. Like I said, paramike is either really easy or really hard. It's either the best objective or the worst objective, and there's not a lot in between. The book kind of looks like it's floating. Okay. Our sanity is still good. Nope, but we have ads coming up. Alright, I'm gonna go stand in the van. Alright, so we do have an ad break coming up. We do one ad break an hour. It's just for 3 minutes. It gets pre-roll off for anyone new coming in. It also means we don't have to worry about ads again for another hour. While ads are running, take a break. Get drinks, get snacks, use the bathroom, stretch, go touch grass, go pet your pets. Do all the things. I am going to take a quick break to refill my water, stretch, use the bathroom, whatever else I might need to do. If you don't get ads, or if you don't get all of the ads, I do put words on Stream Up, so that way you're not just staring at the van. And I will see everybody in just a few minutes. Alright, I am back. We still have about a minute left on the words. Oh, sorry, Owl. I didn't mean to try and beat you to it. I don't know what the... Looks like we've got about 30 seconds left on the ads. I won't start another round of words. We'll just hang out for a few while waiting for it. But we could do... You hate paramic objectives? That's fair. We can do the parachute drop game. If you want to do exclamation mark drop and an emote of your choice, does not matter what emote you use. Just for fun, see if you can land in the pool, which I apparently cannot. Oh, Allie, you forgot the R. There you go. Oh, but Tab is just, hide in the corner, apparently. Thanks for the sound alerts. Yeah, we'll reset it. There we go. You have a shady shade, Rowdy. Now I'm gonna just hang out in the corner. Almost. Habitat's much faster on the drop. I hadn't really, well, I guess I haven't been paying attention. I hadn't really noticed. Alright, we are gonna get the drop off of the screen. Alright, so we still need 3 sounds. We still don't know what our ghost is. Took 84 years to write? What the fuck? Yeah. Shades are shady like that. Next drop I'll look. Yeah, next drop I'll blah blah blah. I will pay attention more. Alright, so we still need a photo of the ghost, and then we need, not videos, we need sounds. We already have videos. Oh, Ghosty turned on stuff. And turned off the power. I don't know what door that was. Now that I know that's there, I could not find that thing for ages last time. Barry had to tell me where it was. Okay, Jin wasn't an option at this point anyway. We could have a mayor. Maybe. I hear a door touch and I can't find the right door. Yeah, I can't find it most of the time. Yep, Ghosty's playing in the water. Ghosty, Ghosty. You want to give me some sounds? Ghosty. I need some sounds, and then I need your pretty, pretty face. Alright, we've got Ava. I have to walk Loki. He has not chosen to poop Dookie inside today. That is good. That is a good thing. Come on, Ghosty. I would like some sounds, please. Come on, Ghosty. Ghosty, Ghosty. That is probably my favorite. Yeah, talking about house training Wesley when we first got him. Yeah, our friend that found Wesley, like, they had just sliding glass doors into their backyard, and they would just leave them open for their dogs, so, but we can't do that. Because we have a kitty cat that doesn't go outside, and we have the neighbor's kitty cat who really would like to come inside. And honestly, we probably wouldn't care all that much, except that it could, you know, wreak havoc with all the other pets in the house and whatever else. Yeah, that quote is hilarious. I love it. Out of context, it's just, yeah. Oh, I guess I could do that for a sound. Thanks for the sound alerts. Need to add a few more or change some up. Here, record that, right? If I could, I would. No cabinets for you, Ghosty. Come on, Ghosty. Get out. No, you get out. I like it here. There's kitties here. And there's a whole art room. And there's a really nice big tub. And an awesome big shower. So I think you should get out. But tell me what you are and blow out the candle first. I will not have gotten that fast enough. Okay. Sounds... I was about to say sound alerts. Those two. Sounds are done. We're gonna go out here. Okay, well, Cormos wasn't an option anyway. Yeah, that is a dead ski. Yeah, I forgot to check my sanity with the bot today. You are very sane. I am really sane? I don't think so. And I always forget, we also have exclamation mark chaotic, which will tell you how chaotic you're feeling today. Which I'm apparently 87% sane and 18% chaotic. I think those should be switched. But what do I know? An owl is 53% chaotic today. So you are very chaotic and very sane. Okay, well, I think maybe for our ghosty photo, unless it presents itself, we're gonna have to do the summoning circle for that. So, I guess first, we'll get that objective out of the way, get the cleanse done. What does my sanity look like? Not that low. Stop telling yourself you're not sane. Okay. Right, so I don't wanna, I could light like one candle or two on the summoning circle to bring down my sanity. I want to hear it hunt is mostly what I'm thinking I need to do at this point. I mean, I cannot see a shadow ghost in that, but phantom isn't an option. I don't think it's a pulty. It hasn't been throwing. We do need to get some stuff down in case it's a Dale anyway, so I guess we could make a pulty pile at the same time. I had a Daon that didn't react in activity when we were running around. That's interesting. I mean, I guess most of my Daons aren't, like... I feel like they aren't necessarily crazy about when I'm, like, walking around in the ghost room. But when they hunt... they are? Huh, I think we have the same protein shakers. Right, what else can we pick up? Kitty food, coffee thing. And it only did stuff when we were standing still? That's kind of interesting. Runaway protein shaker! Come here! Are you done? I was super not prepared for that. I could have gotten my photo. Yeah, these cabinets are all empty. And we can't pick up those plates, which is just weird. What else can we throw over here? Phone. Notebook. Okay, if I put that there... put that in there. Because that's not affected by this, right? No. Alright, so Ghost turned that light on. which at least means we can eliminate Mayor. I'll keep my camera on me. I'll remember that there's an incense over there. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Okay, so our sanity, because it evented on us, is down a little bit. Let's take a look at what our sanity looks like. 66. Alright, we are gonna go sit in the dark. Oh, we had Granny again! That disappeared before I could get a photo. Bad Granny. Why did she do that? Yeah, I wish I knew. We'll leave this door open just a hair so that I can see when, like, lights go out and stuff. But we're just gonna sit here in the dark, lose some sanity, and listen to our granny hunt. So on Friday, my kiddo's grade, thank you for the lurk, owl, did a sunrise meetup thing on the grounds of their school. And I guess it's a thing that they do like every year. You want to hear the story? Wait, okay. I'll wait till you're back. Alright, so we are almost at 50. It's touching stuff. Oh, and I heard it throw some things. Nope. Rat turned off the power. But I haven't heard a cruci burn, and I haven't heard it hunt. Come on, Ghosty. Hunt, will you? Come on, Ghostimus. That's slow. That sounded slow to me. I also only heard like 3 steps. We're gonna go ahead and take that. I'm gonna try and get the power on. Okay, so that seemed slow. What little I could hear. So I felt like I couldn't hear that many steps. The question is, are we going to be able to get back in there and get a flashlight down before she hunts us again? Because I'm not certain. But we're gonna try. Oop, that is not what we wanted to throw. That's what we wanted to throw. Okay, can I even see that from here? No. Okay. I shouldn't need to worry about the light being on in this room, because we are right at 50. Okay, I can see that. Alright, you're back. So, yeah, for my kiddos' grade, they did this like sunrise meetup on the school grounds. And so we were up on Friday at 5 a.m. And like, I get up kind of early. I get up at 7 usually. Sometimes, 6:30. But like at 5 a.m., it's still dark outside. Like at 6 when we were leaving, it was the sun was barely coming up. It was weird. And like, but she had a blast. People made like giant cardboard things, like photo frames that you could sort of like put your heads in for pictures that all said like senior sunrise event, blah blah blah. And this wasn't a thing when I was in high school, but it's apparently a thing now to like paint a pair of jeans that to say like, you know, your school and senior and class of 2027 and all that sort of stuff. So she has made, I don't think she's done with her pants yet, but she did a pair of shorts and wore those, and everybody was in their like painted, you know, senior 2027 pants and whatnot. And she had tons of fun. But it was like, why? I was actually surprised, and I think she was surprised that she was there. Yeah, she graduates in May, so yeah, so it's class of 2027 because she graduates in May. And yeah, our school years start like August or September and then go through to the next year to like April, May, some places June, it depends. There's some schools that actually even start like in July, but they usually have longer breaks and be like, they're more like quote unquote year-round schools, which aren't really that year-round, but they take like longer winter breaks and then they take a shorter summer break and they take a little bit longer like breaks in fall and spring. I don't know, that kind of schedule never would have really worked out well for us just due to trying to fit vacations with, you know, her dad and with us, and so I never looked real hard as to what the like quote year-round school calendars are. But yeah, she's been trying, she wants to participate in all of the class events this year. I don't know if they did one last year for her grade, if they did a sunrise thing for her grade last year. I don't think so. I think it's mostly just for, they usually just do them for like seniors because it's their last year at the school and it's a big deal. And you know, most of these kids have kind of known each other for most of their education. A lot of them went to all the same schools and stuff like that, but and then after this year, you know, it all changes. Some of them go to college, some of them stay in town and go to college here, some of them go other places, some of them go, you know, just into jobs, some go, you know, everything changes. They all go off to do their own things after this, so she's trying to be involved in all the things, which is great. The 5 a.m. sucked. I remember years and years ago, I worked for a mobile phone company that like in their call center answering calls, and they had me working like a 6 a.m. to 2:30 shift and driving to work in the total dark that early in the morning was just terrible. Like, I hated it so much. And I was not at all an early morning person, like just not at all back then. So I really struggled getting to bed early enough to get up early enough to even do it. Like, it was a struggle. So yeah, the first chance I had to change my schedule, I did. I didn't stay at that job real long. Being yelled at 50 times a day was not my thing. Alright, would this ghostie hunt us again? That's what I would really like. Because last time it hunted us, find out, but it had already burned the crucie twice. No, that's not nice. Yeah, it's... Look here, ghost. Oh, no, she isn't. We're all annoyed by the lights turning off and she's hunting. Okay, she's still slow, so she's not a Dale because we haven't thrown anything. Door. And we should be back up above 50 again. I really do feel like I didn't hear her real well. Like everything sounded far away, but it was slow. I don't know that it was slower than before. Mylings are not real slow though, right? They're just hard to hear. Pull up the handy dandy Phas sheet. Yeah, Mylings are normal speed. So, yeah, a Thay or a Rev. It could have been either one, really. Was it Rev slow? I mean, it seemed pretty dang slow to me. They can't be Rev slow? I think it can be if it's that aged. So I'm not sure. Fully ages is the same. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Yep. You didn't need to turn that on. Yeah, the only way to test it is with line of sight, which I don't super want to do, but we also need to get our ghosty photo, which I was going to do with the summoning circle. So I think we might as well go ahead and do that now. Torture ourselves. And then I guess we'll find out. If it's a rev, I'm in trouble. I sure as heck am. Yeah, if it's a they, I should be able to get past it without too many issues. Okay. No, you cannot turn off my lights, you bratty, bratty lady. They does not have LOS. Yeah, so Theys do not have line of sight. What the heck was that? Oh, it blew out my firelight. Okay, so we should be at, like, no sanity at all now. Yeah, we are at 22. I'm gonna circle Thay because we're hoping... We are hoping for a Thay. And we're gonna stand... That is not a Thay. That is a rev. And she's about to eat my butt. I made it just... Let me have the journal into the hiding spot just in time. I made it into the hiding spot as she just ate my face. However, we were correct with a rev, so I will take it. Even though we didn't make very much. And we were in that game way too long, but that's okay. We got the ghost right. That's the part that fully matters. Okay, where do we want to go for one last game? The 1EV games definitely take me longer. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Let's do a Nels. I mean, we're getting there. You know, I'm not totally foobarring at all.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly.
Alright, we've got Thomas Anderson. One of the few times that it's like, thanks for sending me a guy ghost. So we can remove Banshee and Dion. What do we need from Tommy? We need to hear Tommy with a parabolic. I hope they have male-only ghosts. Me too. There's a couple, I think, that are already in there that are technically male-only, according to lore. But I'm not positive. I don't know all of my ghost lore. And 30 is a lot to look up to know. So I don't know, but that's what I've heard. Okay, we need to escape Tommy during a hunt, and then we need to cleanse wherever Tommy is hanging out with incense. We can easily do 2 of those. We may not worry about the escape a hunt. Although if we do the escape a hunt, that may also be when we do our cleanse, because that's often how I escape hunts. So, let's see what Ghostie's hiding in Nels. We're coming, Ghostie! We're coming for you, Tommy! You don't really like Nels Owl? I enjoy it. I do not love having a ghost in the main diner area. It's too big and confusing. Okay, I guess I can get that. Oh, we got locker hiding. No ghosty, no mirror. Oh, bone. That jawbone kind of looks like a piece of wadded tissue paper, toilet paper, whatever. Are you in here, Ghosty, with the rubber ducky? Nope, I heard a tinkle of something being thrown. You didn't even see it? Yeah, it was very much hiding. Okay. I guess I could check temps in here just to be sure. Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, we don't have any cosmic cola hiding. Jerry is not eating his waffles. No tarot. Power is right there. Right. We got monkey paw. We need to turn off some lights, or we're gonna break lights. Jerry was in my last game at the teddy bear. Are we gonna drop down to freezing? I don't love having a non-freezing ghost in the freezer. Purely because it makes it really hard to be sure you're in the right spot. But since we got a vented on in the kitchen and everything, I would say that that is probably where we are. Oh, nope, that is not where we are. We are out here. It threw donuts on the floor. Ghost. Don't throw donuts. It's rude. It's a waste of donuts. we need to go retrieve our crucie. I am glad that I rechecked and didn't just assume. Can you have a donut, Owl? You absolutely can have a donut. We're also going to steal the squirty cream. Chocolate, please. You got it. I grabbed the chocolate one with sprinkles. Ooh, now I kind of want donuts. Okay, we'll grab this guy. We do need 2 to cover that space. Delay test. Thanks for the sound alert. Right, we are gonna go through and see if we've got orbs, which we did not see on the CCTV cameras. So I would say our odds are good that we don't have orbs. 10? Why 10 seconds? Thanks for letting me get all the media, Ghost. You can go away now. And you just reloaded? Boo. Ghost, what is it with you and the orange soda? I mean, thanks for letting me get all the media. I appreciate that part. It just likes it. Yeah, it must like all the soda. Okay. Now, I can't see. It can be your friend. Okay, we can definitely see our ghostie in the video. For sure. I can't really see it in the photo, but that's more because it's just really dark than, like, anything else. But either way, we know that it's not a phantom. So let's grab our dots. Oh, I still have a free hand. Might as well grab the spirit box. Actually, maybe we want these a little bit farther down, like here. That's better, I think. Not quite freezing. Since we've got it, let's also check our sanity. Our sanity is kind of low and cruddy. Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Are you near? Are you close? Are you far? Are you old? Are you young? Are you friendly? Do you like cheese? You know, it's funny, my fave ghost is potato. But my favorite Evie to get is dots. Yeah, which is not Pulte evidence. Alright, we're gonna take a med. Grab these things. We're gonna record for a second. Maybe we'll get dotties. That would be kind of nice. Maybe we'll get orbs. That wouldn't be so nice. But, you know. We didn't see orbs on the CCTV, so I'm thinking we probably don't have orbs, but it never hurts to double check. Maybe put the dots a little higher. You can't really see them. Yeah, we can put them a little bit higher. Or the camera closer. That's also a con. Maybe not a bad idea. Let's get motion sensor down. What if we tried like there? No. Okay, well that's not helpful. They're looking at the ceiling. Still looking at the ceiling. Nope, that's not gonna work. This ghost is really eventy. Okay, did I drop my dots? What did I do with the dots? There they are. Yeah, let's try the ceiling. Alright, ghost, enough of you. We don't have any evidence yet, but I'm guessing Oni. It has turned off the power, right? Or was it just us that blew the power once? And then maybe the camera closer still? Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, that's pretty decent. I think that'll work. We're gonna end up taking all of our meds before we even get anything. Because of how eventy this ghost is. But we do have ads coming up, so I'm gonna go ahead and run those. We do one ad break an hour. It is just for 3 minutes. It turns off pre-roll for the next hour for anyone new coming in. Also means we don't have to worry about ads, well, for the rest of stream. While ads are running, take a break. Get drinks, get snacks, go stretch, pet your pets, go touch grass, use the bathroom, do all the thingies. I am going to take a quick break to stretch, use the bathroom, etc. If you don't get ads, or if you don't get all of the ads, we do put words on StreamUp, or if you just have like fantastical eyesight and can see them without, with the ads running. So that way you're not just staring at the van. I will not get back into the game till everybody is back from the ads. So don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. And I will see everybody in just a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm back. Oh, that's just mean. The big word is cupcake. Here we are. We've been talking about donuts and cake and all sorts of stuff, and I didn't check earlier. I should have added stuff to my Walmart pickup order earlier because now I don't have time to add things to the pickup order before it's ready, so it won't let me add things. Oh well. See if I can get like one more word in there. Oh, I think I went too soon. Nope, there's only one E, so peace doesn't work. Nice. Okay, we will get the words off. Yeah, GG's. We got to level 2 on the words. Means the beginning of next stream will be on level 2. Alright, parabolic incense. Can we do a drop? As I throw things on my desk, we sure can. Yep. Type exclamation mark drop and the emote of your choice. And see if you can land in the pool. Oh, she does go faster. You're right. Her little tippy tap hands do go faster. Alright, anyone else want to drop before I take it off the screen? Oh, alright. Okay, so we are meted up again. We haven't even gotten all of our stuff in there. I don't need another motion sensor. Right, so far I am leaning towards Oni because it's just been really flippin' eventy. Get all of those lights on. Okay, and we threw the book. Which means no writing. It threw quite a bit of stuff. Did I bring in a UV? I'm actually thinking I didn't, which would be dumb. Especially now that I put down salt, because guaranteed it is going to walk through the salt while we are out here grabbing a UV. Take a flashlight too, just in case. Yep. Okay, so we will get down another piece of salt. Your second favorite Evie is writing, but it's nice to get any Evie. It's true. It's kind of nice to... Okay, what did... Right, so we've got UV. Where's my camera? And of course we missed the salt recording because... Of course we did. Why is it blinking so much? I don't know. I really hate that it does that. I think it's the ceiling fan that it's supposedly reacting to, but I'm not a fan of it either. Yay UV? Yes. Yay UV indeed. So can't be a Goryo, can't be a Hantu. We missed our salt video again. Weird? Yeah, I think it's weird too. Like, I think it just... Like, physics, fine. But at the same time, like, for something like that, just leave it and not have it be reflecting or something off of the motion of the ceiling fan. Because it's still blinking over there. And I think that's the same sort of idea or theory. But it's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna grab more salt in order to get an actual video. Okay, but it's not a Galu. I don't think... I mean, I was running, though. I was gonna say, I don't think it's a Cormos because of the chasing event, but I was also running... I don't know, maybe... It's definitely scattered some stuff around. UV takes away my original thought of Oni. Nope, it touched a door somewhere. And of course it walked through the salt again. Because every time I put salt down, it does something. And so then I go look for the things that it's doing. Yeah. It is frustrating. I'm kind of hoping for a Pulti. That would be nice. Don't fall for it this time? Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. We're just gonna watch this salt. Of course, now that we're doing that, the ghost is not going to go through the salt. Because that is exactly how this goes. You're 64% saying you have a stack of sanity. You do. That would absolutely be a stack of sanity. Maybe walk around the salt? Yeah, maybe. Ah, dang it. Well, that's not really helpful as far as feetsies go there, ghost. Finally, thank you. Alright, we got our salt and our motion sense. Let's see. Yeah, there's a mustard thing on the floor, and pepper shaker, and a menu. Check the UV again. It might have disappeared by now. Yeah, it did. Yeah, sometimes if it's an obake, they don't always leave. That's really funny. The straw is just standing here. Get all of this stuff kind of into a pile. Now, I do have 2 open hands. Do I have a camera in my hand? Nope. But there's a fingies. It is not obake fingies. They might have disappeared by the time we get back. Yeah, they have. Turn that off. I always thought those straw dispensers were cool. Can we grab the milkshake? No. Book. Trying not to grab a ton of tiny things like silverware because it won't. Alright. Now we've got our pile. We still need some sounds. And get a candle blow sound. Ah, with the flickering. We'll go over here. That way we can't see the flickering. Hmm? Bombo, Bake, Myling. What's our sanity look like? Okay, our sanity is decent. BRB, do all the things, Owl. Do all the thingies. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're pretty funny too, Ghosty. We'll take an EMF photo. That should be photos done. Okay, one more video and one more sound. Nope, that wasn't the button. That was the button. And we'll double check for Orbeez again when we go out to the van. I agree, Ghosty. It's an interesting song, but I don't really want to hear it right now. Especially because I can't get UV off of it. Looking for more fingy wingies. Come on, Ghosty, I just need one more sound. And then I can get out of your way. Well, ish. Because I still need to figure out what you are. Come on, Ghosty. Ghosty, Ghosty. Ghosty. Come on. Do a sound, will ya? Seriously? It did all that, and then it wouldn't record. Pain in my butt, ghost. Welcome back, Owl. Alright, we still need... We still need one sound and to figure out what this ghost is. And it just evented, but it is no longer being as eventy as it was. Which makes me wonder if maybe it's an Abombo? We might have to hear it hunt to really be sure. We also still need a parabolic. So we could kind of do a twofer then. So we have all of our photos. We still need one more video. Dang. I mean, I guess I shouldn't worry about it too hard because I don't think we're gonna worry that much about doing the escape the hunt objective. But I would still like to get our ghosty right. Come on, Ghosty. Do something. What if I turn your song back on for you?
The ghost of you. In my heart there is a hunger that I can't feed.
Come on, Ghosty. Okay, that's enough of that. It isn't a terrible song necessarily. I just don't need to hear it on repeat or whatever. And it does seem very loud in my ears. Thanks. Man, so it doesn't remove all of the sounds anymore. That's kind of annoying. Because you used to be able to cycle through and it would take out all the background stuff. Has it changed rooms? If it has, then my custom is broken because it shouldn't be able to. Alright, Mr. Sprinkle, Cosmic Cola. We just want all the sodas, I guess. Now, if I'm in here, am I losing sanity? Yes. Yes, I am. Is that the light that has to be on to not lose sanity in here? Oh, hi. That didn't count as my parabolic sound? That's bull. You forgot about that for a second? You put a candle down in here? Okay, that makes total sense. I find it funny. It's picking up the squirty cream from the van. And I'm really just carrying the UV around still for things like Obake hands. Which we are not getting. I don't know. We'll watch from here for a minute, see if we get it to do anything. Maybe we go in there, turn off the lights, turn off the motion sensor. And see if it'll do something then. And put the night vision on so that we can see. There was a very lackluster kind of lifting of a couple of the objects that we had in our pile. But nothing crazy. So nothing that kind of indicates, well, anything. Oh, we had a book lift over there. I was too far away to record an object throw. That kind of sucks. Yeah, ghost, do something. Do something to give me like a clear indication of what you are. We're going to turn that off. It's starting to bug me. Come on, ghosty. And it's really not being very active about anything. So I guess I'm not feeling Pulty. I'm not feeling demon, although it could be a lazy demon. Do I have any interesting stories? Probably. Can I think of any off the top of my head? Not always. Let's see. Now we've got crucies in there. If I want it to eventually hunt, I need to pull a crucie. Okay, normally we would pull a different one, but we're gonna pull this one. Let's see. Trying to think. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my headlamp preemptively. I know we have the the lights on in here, so we're not really losing sanity. But and we do need to cleanse it. So yesterday at book club, oh, Ghost turned off the power. I never realized that when it turns off the power, the CCTV cameras go off too. Unfortunately, Ghosty turning off the power does not help us eliminate anything. Alright, well we got our parabolic, so that can go away. As I just sling the parabolic across the room with the door. What do you call a road in the sky? A highway? That's funny. So here in the US, we have highways and we have freeways. And the highway is like the state highway. It's usually like a 2-lane highway that only exists within the state. And then there's the interstate, which is also referred to as the freeway, that goes like across the country. Tumbleweed! Alright, we got our cleanse. I don't know why I'm looking at my watch. Since we can go in here. Yeah, so at book club, I mentioned that the kiddo was just starting to drive and was looking not looking yet for a job, but kind of thinking of places that she'd kind of like to apply to and things like that. And one of my friends was like, why does she not have a job yet? And I said, well, part of the issue is things like, she spends half her time here and half her time at her dad's. And so the logistics are kind of difficult. And, the not driving thing. And they were very amazed. She was really my friend was really kind of bugged by the fact that, like, my kiddo wasn't driving yet. And they're like, well, she just wasn't ready to. And I don't really... Like, it didn't make any difference to force her. Yeah, she's gonna have a job at some point, but, like, and it was just, she was like, because I was driving at 14, and here, in this state, you can get your license now at 15 and a half, which is a weird thing, provided you've taken driver's ed. When in the state I grew up in, you could get it at 16, provided you took driver's ed, and of course you have to pass the driving test and all that sort of stuff. But they also require all of this driving time, instructed driving time, and then actual driving practice time. And you have to have your learning permit for 6 months before you can get your actual license. But it was very interesting to me that my friend was just very much like, how does she not already have a license? And when we were all kids, we couldn't wait to start driving. We couldn't wait to have the freedom to do all of that. And, like, these days, they just don't, it's not as big of a thing. And at her dad's, there's not really a lot of, like, going to friends or doing that. There is some now, but when she was younger, you think 16 is low? There it's 18. Yes, you need to drive everywhere in the US. It depends. The city I live in does have a public transportation system. I would argue it's not the most functional public transportation system, but it does exist. I grew up in Chicago, and Chicago has a very functional public transportation system. You can get pretty much anywhere in the city from anywhere in the city at almost any time of day or night. There are some limits, and the farther out in the suburbs, it is harder to. No walking roads or bike lanes. Where I live now, Albuquerque does have a decent amount of bike lanes on some streets, and there also is a path that goes practically from one end of the city to the other. One direction. It's an east-west. That is for like walking and bikes and stuff. But here we expect bikes to basically be like cars. So they share the road. And a lot of the major streets in Chicago don't have bike lanes at this point. Chicago's a pretty old city, so in order to put in bike lanes, there would have to be a lot of like rejigging of things, and I don't know how easy or not that is. But yeah, we do very much like if you're on a bicycle, you can also be in the street, in the lane, just as if you were a car. Obviously, you're not going the same speed, but just as if you were a car, but our cities are just so spread out, too. So, like, for me to go from basically one end of Albuquerque to the other would be like an hour in a car. And I don't think that's far because I grew up in Chicago and I would go visit friends that were like 2 hours away. Also, still in the city or surrounding areas. But it is definitely a difference. And you do kind of have to drive a lot of places. There are a lot of places in this country where driving is about the only way to get from A to B at this point. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that we don't have a Pulte. I feel like we probably have an Obambo. Yeah, 2 hours away is almost never visiting here. Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't do it really here either. You know, if we're going to the lake or something, which is like 2.5 hours away, we're going for the weekend. We're not going for the day. So, and to be fair, when I went to visit friends that were farther away, it was like I was going early in the day and I was coming home like later at night or something. I wasn't just going out there and like we were gonna watch a movie and then I was going home. How far is normal for going to the grocery store? It depends on where you live. In the city, I mean, we have a grocery store that's like 5 minutes away. We've got two, actually, that are pretty close to us that are like 5 minutes away. However, in the town that my grandparents grew up in, their town, I mean, when they were kids, it had a grocery store. Now, it doesn't have a grocery store. You're driving to the next closest large town / small city, which for my grandmother would be like probably 20 minutes away. Something like that. Smaller towns in general are struggling a little bit. A lot of them don't have gas stations anymore. They don't have grocery stores anymore. They don't have... you're going to the next town over. And so... yeah, it might be, especially during the summer, a thing of like... you know, you're putting the cooler in the back of the car to make sure that all the cold stuff is still good when you get home. And there are probably some who have to drive an hour or two away for groceries. I think probably an hour might be on the long end, but I don't, having not lived in more rural areas, I've just spent time in some, very specifically like where some of my family is from. I'm probably not fully qualified to answer that question. I do know around here in this state, a lot of the smaller towns are struggling with like having doctors and medical care being close. Here, every city, village, or anything has at least one grocery store. Well, that's good. Some places have like little convenience stores where you can get like bread, milk, some basics, but not like, you know, all of your, you know, actual like grocery needs. So at least like, you know, if you're making sandwiches for lunches and realize, oh shoot, we don't have enough bread, you can, you know, run down the street and get some. But not necessarily like, oh, we don't have, you know, chicken for dinner. That's not as convenient. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, is that normal speed or is that slightly slow? Was that normal or was it slightly slow? I feel like it was slightly slow. It sounded throwy. I didn't really hear the throws, but I was also talking, so it might have been an issue of hearing things over myself. You think it changed speed? It could have, quite possibly. I'm still leaning towards... Oh, Bumbo. Because now it's real active on the board. Even though we're not in there. But we can go look. We can also get the power on. Because our pile is still there. But it has definitely thrown some stuff. Mostly I took the sanity to get back into the map and get the power on without having my face eaten right away. And also to see if it, like, launched the pile. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff thrown around. That is a perfect pyramid on the board. I don't think it's a myling. I'm pretty sure I could hear it even when it wasn't that close to me. And look one more time for orbs. That is a good shout. And we'll do it on this one too, just in case. Yeah, we'll go in and take a look. We've got enough sanity to do so. And then I'm going with Obambo. Where are you, Ghosty? Thanks, that's the last video I needed. Alright, yeah, I'm not seeing any Orbeez. Ah, would you not? Right inside me. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I think no Orbeez, so definitely no Mimic. I'm gonna go with Obumbo. We'll find out if I'm right or not. If I'm right, this should be a perfect game. If I'm wrong, well, then it won't be. Yeah, it's definitely not a Cormos. That's for sure. And it was an Obake. So, I guess it was normal speed when we were hearing it. But we still made decent monies, and it's offering me a special kind of promotion, which we're going to do at the beginning of stream tomorrow, when we can just leech off of Kayaks' stuff. So unfortunately, that is going to be it for me today. Why are you not resetting? Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Come on. Sometimes it just really wants to be a pain in my butt. Because it should refresh. It's showing chat from like the very beginning of stream. Oh well. It is what it is. If it doesn't want to refresh, it doesn't want to refresh. See if maybe I can make it. Oh well, I don't know. I give up. So thank you everybody for hanging out with me. Thank you Book Hobbit for the raid. If you don't follow them, you should. Please go give them a follow. Catch them next time they're on. You might find another favorite streamer. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you for spending time with me through Water Park Sim and through Phas. If you were here for both or just one, I appreciate any time you can spend hanging out here. Thank you to all my lurkers, all my chatters, everybody in between. If you were just here for drops, I appreciate that too. You want their emotes so you're following them? Yeah, go follow Book Hobbit. They have awesome little owl emotes and stuff. Take care of yourselves. I will be back on tomorrow, 4 p.m. Mountain Time US, with some more Phas, most likely with my partner Kayaks. Join the Discord. Blah, 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 blah. Like, follow, subscribe, comment, etc. in all the places. And alright. There's that. You don't see the raid. Are you missing the raid messages or just like where we're going? Owl. There's the raid message again. Take care of yourselves. Drink some water. Eat some good food. Do something just for yourself. Self-care is important. Doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's something just for you. And I will see you all next time, everyone. I love your faces. Bye.